Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are strapping ourselves into the time machine and throwing the world's most personal piece of technology, your mobile phone, a full decade into the future.
And we're not just talking about a faster chip or a slightly better camera here.
No, not at all. Our sources suggest we are on the brink of an a truly radical revolution.
That's right. If you just think about the journey so far, from those, brick-sized cell phones in the 80s that just made calls,
Right.
to the sleek glass marvels we have today that do everything, that was a huge leap.
But the research we've been analyzing makes it crystal clear that the story doesn't end here, not by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission today is to explore how this mobile device stops being a tool you use and transforms into what the sources are consistently calling an intelligent companion.
And eventually it even evolves into what they call an extension of our consciousness.
That phrase, extension of our consciousness, that's heavy. What does that actually mean in a practical sense?
Well, functionally, it means the device is so integrated into your thought and memory that it seamlessly augments your life. It's no longer something you operate, it's something that operates with you.
Okay, so let's start with the most dramatic, maybe the most visual prediction that our sources gave us, and that's the idea that the physical screen is dissolving.
It is. What's so fascinating here is this concept of the device just dissolving into the environment around you. We stop being confined by that little piece of glass in our pocket.
So what replaces it?
Well, the research is pretty clear on this. We're talking about projected 3D holograms.
The hologram.
Yeah, appearing right in the air.
So paint a picture for me. How would that work day to day?
Okay, imagine you're on a critical work call.
Right?
Instead of staring down at a flat, two-dimensional image, the people you're talking to, or maybe the data visualizations you're working with, they're just floating right there in front of you.
As if they're standing right beside you.
Exactly. It instantly makes a distant interaction feel tactile, immersive.
And what about when you don't need a big floating image?
That's where the materials come in. We're talking entirely transparent and flexible materials. The idea is the phone can essentially disappear until you need it.
So because the display is flexible, it could turn any surface into a screen. We saw examples like your wrist, a window pane.
Or even your skin becomes the active canvas for interaction.
That's the real insight, isn't it? The interface is moving off the device and onto the world itself.
But for that to work, the real intelligence has to be internal and proactive. That's the link that moves us from just a smart device to a true companion.
Which takes us right to the heart of this evolution, artificial intelligence. We're shifting away from a responsive device, one that waits for you to tap an icon, to a hyper-personalized intelligent partner.
Yeah, and if we look at the core function of this future AI, it's not just about running apps faster. It's about profound personalization and anticipation.
So it understands you on a much deeper level.
Oh, incredibly deep. Your routines, your biological data, your stress levels. It anticipates your needs, your emotions, even your health status, proactively.
It stops being a tool you operate and becomes an assistant that operates on your behalf. We saw a huge list of capabilities.
It's really about handling the cognitive heavy lifting. Think advanced scheduling, personalized writing, instantaneous translation, and even complex creative tasks like generating music or art based on just a brief abstract thought from you. The goal is to make the phone think with you.
To reduce our cognitive load.
Dramatically.
And nothing drove that home for me, like the predictive example the research highlighted, that whole morning routine.
That pre-wake-up routine is the perfect illustration. Before you even open your eyes, the phone is adjusting the lighting in your room.
Okay.
Reviewing real-time traffic to figure out the best time to leave. And this is the key, recommending a breakfast tailored exactly to your nutritional goals for that specific day.
It's managing your life before your conscious day even begins.
Precise.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is that genuinely helpful, or is it kind of creaky? At what point does all that optimization start to erode our ability to just make simple choices, like what to have for breakfast?
And that is the pivotal question that runs through all of this research. The benefit is massive efficiency. The trade-off, though, is dependency.
So you can ignore it?
The sources suggest the AI is designed to be dismissible. Yeah, you could override its suggestions. But the expectation is that the AI will be right more often than not. The convenience will be, well, almost impossible to resist.
And if the AI is thinking with you at this level, how are we communicating with it? It has to be faster than voice or touch.
Exactly. This is where we get into the far future vision, where the boundary between mind and machine really starts to blur.
Neural connectivity.
The research points to ongoing developments in non-invasive neural interfaces. It suggests a future where devices are controlled with pure thought.
So no typing, no tapping, no swiping.
None. It's the ultimate zero-friction interface.
Think about the simplicity of that. Sending a complex message or taking a photo using only your mind's intention.
Right.
But if we're constantly connected by thought, doesn't that raise a big question about cognitive erosion? I mean, are we just outsourcing our basic brain functions?
The sources do address that. The risk is that if we stop doing simple tasks, those executive function skills could start to dull. But the argument is that the tech is designed to augment complex intention, not replace basic thought.
What's the difference?
So, for example, you'd think, I need to share the meeting summary with Sarah. The phone then does all the complex steps, finds the file, confirms the recipient, formats it, sends it. Just removes friction from your intention. It doesn't do the thinking for you.
Okay, that makes sense. So if this device is this integrated, operating through our thoughts, monitoring our biology, how is it powered? It can't rely on being plugged into a wall every night.
Precisely. And that moves us into the realm of sustainability and biotech integration. These devices have to be incredibly powerful, but also fundamentally eco-conscious.
The power has to be connected to responsibility.
Absolutely. We're looking beyond just recycling. The construction itself needs a total overhaul.
So things like biodegradable materials.
Fully biodegradable materials, yes. Replacing the rare earth minerals and plastics. And for power, traditional charging becomes obsolete. The research describes energy harvesting skins, solar charging, integrated right into the device.
They become self-sustaining.
Completely. Just pulling energy from the environment around them.
And then there was this concept of bio-integrated phones. That's where it starts to get really wild. The physical device actually blending with human biology.
That blending is key. These devices would monitor health through integrated skin sensors, maybe even microchips engineered to just dissolve harmlessly when they need to be replaced.
It turns your phone into a continuous diagnostic tool, a seamless part of your biological ecosystem. Okay, so let's zoom out from this one hyper-integrated device to the global network that makes it all possible. This requires instant, constant data flow. We're talking ultra connectivity, 6G and beyond.
And the speed here isn't just a number on a page. It's an enabler of things that seem impossible now. The goal we're chasing is near instant connection with zero latency.
For our listeners, what does zero latency actually feel like?
It means no delay, ever. You know that little lag you sometimes get on a video call?
Yeah.
That's gone completely. Zero latency allows for things like seamless, real-time language translation where you don't even notice it's happening, or things like remote surgery.
It makes the impossible possible.
It changes the fundamental quality of global interaction. And that insane speed is what fuels the immersive communication. The source describes virtual reality calls where distant people feel close enough to touch.
It eliminates the feeling of distance.
Entirely. And because of that speed and the AI's personal knowledge, the phone becomes the single hyper-efficient key to your entire digital universe. It connects and orchestrates everything, your car, your home, entire smart cities.
So if we step back and connect all these threads, we have a neural-controlled, self-sustaining, always-on AI partner that knows our health, manages our schedule, handles our creative output, and is the key to our whole world. That incredible power brings us to the inevitable human cost, the philosophical implication.
Exactly, the human impact.
Yeah.
When you give a piece of technology this much authority, the concerns around privacy, balance, and dependency, they don't just grow, they become existential.
We're welcoming an all-knowing partner into the core of our lives, maybe even our minds.
The research material presents the central dilemma, and it's a powerful one. Will we own our phones or will they own us?
The ability to offload all that cognitive burden is so seductive. But at what point does human skill just atrophy?
The research implies that dependency is the single greatest threat. If the AI is planning your day down to your breakfast, you might gradually just stop planning, stop anticipating, stop exercising those independent functions altogether.
So the solution here, it's not a technological fix, is it? It's a human one.
That's the critical takeaway. Humanity has to actively and intentionally bake creativity, empathy, and strong ethical frameworks into the development process.
Because if we don't define the boundaries now...
When this tech becomes fully integrated into our consciousness, the boundaries may well define us instead. We are literally determining our future relationship with our own minds through this technology.
So let's bring it all back home. The mobile phone started as a simple tool for connection. But the future device is set to become something far more fundamental, a bridge between humanity and technology.
It's no longer just a handheld computer. It's an extension of our entire cognitive process, always there, always learning.
One of the sources called the future mobile device a mirror of who we are and who we may become.
I like that. It reflects our best intentions for efficiency, but also our worst tendency toward dependency.
And that really is the final provocative thought we want to leave you with. When the most personal technology we own moves beyond being a tool and evolves into an actual extension of our consciousness, what aspects of our unique, messy human identity do we risk projecting onto or even yielding to this intelligent companion?
You have to think actively about the ethics and the boundaries you want built into the design of this next generation of technology.
Because in a way, you're designing your own dependency.